he's part of the reason why I'm, confident now.
What is it like following Phil? I mean, Phil's obviously a little bit quieter.
Yeah.
Has he changed at all in terms of like picking up his voice, or is he still kind of a guy you follow?
Now Phil's always been that quiet leader, but that's a form of leadership that he has. He's not going to be. I feel like there's multiple ways that you can lead a running back group or a team, and Phil's just a unique way of leading, and I enjoy it. So he definitely leads us all differently, but he's always going to be a great leader regardless.
Is it just like the way he goes from drill to drill, or like how he does the drill, or like what is it that you're following, or kind of?
Oh yeah, just how he talks to us, the drill, hey, encouraging, all that kind of stuff. Watching how he runs, teaching us techniques and stuff like that.
So, for you, a kid coming out of Utah, everybody, maybe they don't think football at Utah is very good. You've always kind of had that chip on your shoulder. Did you bring that chip here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everybody knows I played in Georgia too.
Sure.
Me and Phil were the top 2 rushers in Georgia. I don't think a lot of people know that. But yeah, me and him were, I was 1 and he was 2 and 7. And obviously I brought that into Utah. I kind of showed them that, like, hey, physical running backs can play in Utah too. So obviously Utah football is not as bad as people think it is. They have a lot of great linemen that come out of there. Penny Sewell, he was a great lineman, came out of there. But Utah football is not as bad as people think it is. You just got to watch it.
For you, with your dad, the way that he played, always with a chip on his shoulder, do you have a little bit of that in you too?
Oh yeah, with him, especially being a shorter linebacker. But that's just what my dad. My dad always talks to me about that stuff and how he was always the underdog and he had that mentality. He kind of just transferred that over to me. And like I was telling him that linebackers hate tackling shorter, bigger running backs. Like they hate that. So I use that to my advantage because my dad has the mindset of a linebacker. I have the mindset of a running back. So I just get ideas from him.
You had one game last year, I think maybe near midfield, where a linebacker or safety tried to square you up. You just kind of lowered your shoulder. You remember that? You ran him over.
Yeah.
Do you love that part of the game, delivering the blow?
Yeah, because that makes it easier as the game goes. Obviously, I never got the opportunity to continue the game going, but you'll see next season, as the game goes, they're gonna get tired of tackling me, so it gets easier and easier for me.
I guess that was called either hammer before.
Hammerhead.
Hammerhead.
Is that only here, or is that?
Yeah, no, Coach Riley actually started that, so and I guess Coach Sweeney and everybody else started calling me that. So ever since I started trucking people and running over people, I mean that's part of my game. I'm starting to implement a little looseness now. Now that I'm getting more time, but yeah, that's part of it.
Jay Haynes is a guy we haven't seen as much of. I've heard a little bit, but Coach Sweeney was saying you guys have seen him obviously in practice. What does he have that's different or unique that he can bring to this room?
Yeah, one thing about Jay Haynes, he's very smooth when he runs. He's very elusive. It's kind of like, I don't know, he's a tall running back, but he's slick, if that makes sense. And he's really good at catching out of the backfield as well.
For you, this year, obviously everybody likes to talk about the freshmen or whatever who's coming in, but are you looking at this like there's a job that's open and I want to go take it?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah. Everybody's getting the opportunity. Coach told us that spot's open, so I'm going to do everything that I can to compete for that job. There's no intimidation, there's no jealousy in the room at all. And, we all just work as a unit. We're all going to do our best. So I believe that if I'm doing my best, everything's going to take care of itself.
Is it fun to think about Big Phil Mafo crashing into him for a while, and then they bring you in and you start crashing into him? Do you talk about that?
Oh, yeah. I think about that all the time. I don't even talk about it, but I know they're going to feel Phil Mafo, then they're going to feel Keith Davidson. So I guess you got to think about it.
I guess the offensive line obviously has a new coach and Coach Lou. Have you noticed any differences in them? Obviously, you're running behind them, in terms of the way they play.
Oh yeah, they start picking me up now. Everybody's more energized and more hyped. Coach Luke just brings a different energy. So I'm excited about that. And everybody's starting to run downfield. Everybody's just, it's more energy, if that makes sense.
So I guess after you run somebody over, it's
oh yeah, they just start picking you up. Yeah.
What have you seen about David? Seen from David since he arrived in January?
Oh, David's a great runner. I feel like as he continues to go, especially seeing out there today, he's very powerful. He's very fast. Once I feel like he's got a lot of good track speed. So like once nobody's in front of him, he's gonna be gone.
I got it. For you going back, did you grow up a Clemson fan because of your dad?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I was a Clemson fan. I was also a Michigan fan growing up, but like obviously seeing my dad, play Clemson and coming to Clemson at a young age. I've been coming to the Davis football camp since I was in 3rd grade. So I've always been a big fan of here. And once I got that offer, it was just like, I think I'll come here for sure.
Did you ever want to play linebacker? Did your dad ever want to play running back?
Yeah, my dad.
He was pretty good in high school, right?
Yeah, my dad was a running back when he came here, but then I think as soon as like he got in practice, they put him at linebacker for a little bit, and then like he knocked up the quarterback, and they said, "No, you're not going back to running back." So, but I did play running back and linebacker in middle school, and I just switched straight to running back because that's what I wanted to do. My dad didn't think I was going to be a running back for very long, but I eventually convinced him that like I'm a true running back, so I just stuck with it.
I guess why were you partially a Michigan fan?
Oh well, just playing video games. Honestly, I just like their uniforms and stuff. It was like a younger me thing. That's pretty much what it was. But I've always loved Clemson, anyways. But those are like my top 2 teams.
I guess speaking of video games, you play a lot of college football.
Yes. I feel like
So what is that going to be like, having your name and self?
that is a dream of mine. I always wanted to be in a video game, and it's exciting to see that I'm going to be here to witness myself in a video game, given that it's been like 10 years since they haven't had it. So I'm excited about that.
Are you someone that's going to be very interested in like what kind of ratings they give you as far as like
Yeah.
power and
I'm gonna make sure. Hopefully they update it. I'm pretty sure they're gonna start to look because they haven't seen a lot of me. But as I continue to play, hopefully those ratings will go up.
Yeah, I think Wade even said that yesterday. It could kind of be a motivator.
Yeah.
I mean, how much do you think you'll look at those and say, like, I can build these? Like, how much is that a motivating factor, do you think, for players, not even just yourself?
Oh no, I mean it's not gonna motivate. Football, honestly, like just playing football is obviously the main motivation. It's just a video game, but like that's all. This is more entertainment than anything. Seeing that.
You look good.